Hello guys, it's Luke for the 300 here. Welcome to All the Gear, No Idea, the show that I do on weekends where you control the topics, you control the questions, and you control where the show goes. I've got the computer, I've got the internet. If you've not subscribed here already, please do. But let's get on with the show. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Hello guys, welcome back. It's been a while. I've been putting videos out once a day though for the 125th anniversary countdown. So I thought I would do a video. It's the first time I've had a chance to actually, guys. I've recently had my bathroom done. The last 2 weeks, house has been too loud. It's just been too loud. It's been like a building site in my house for 2 weeks. So it's time to come back, and I'm glad I am back. I've been wanting to talk to you guys. I like doing these live streams. So yeah, so what's going on, guys? What is going on West Ham? Obviously, the news out today is the Jordan Hugill stuff. Obviously, he has gone to Norwich for, I think it was 2 point million, wasn't it, with add-ons, which is laughable. Which me now says the Eze deal potentially is dead. Maybe, who knows? I'm not an in the know. It's just sort of an opinion that I've maybe have come out of this. Obviously, a Jetty's gone as well. Since I've talked to you last time live, he went for 5 million, another loss. Scored on his debut as well, didn't he? Which was, you know, a typical West Ham, really, isn't it? It's just literally a little sum up video, a little talk about. Listen, you guys can ask me anything today as well. Ask me any questions West Ham related, you know, any sport related. It's just a little catch up with you guys because it's been so long. Welcome back, Luke. Welcome, mate. Nice to see you. Peter Singh says 125th countdown. Where is the video of the legend Carlos Sanchez? Well, there's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of time. You know, number one and number two, Carlton Cole and Carlos Sanchez, or maybe Roberto. Who knows? Yeah. Series is due to finish the day the season all kicks off again, because what I've done is set it up that the top 10 are released 2 a day, so that it finishes. I'm going to get it to finish at 2 o'clock. The season re-kicks off, I believe it's the 12th or the 13th of September. So number 1 and number 2 will be revealed the same day. Obviously, you know who number 1 is without me even, no spoilers. But you know number 1's going to be. But I thought it would be a nice way to go into the 125th anniversary season, look back at some of the the great players that have played, and for myself as well personally, it's been a good show to do. You know, they're not hard videos to make. They're quite easy videos to make. Yeah, and I've just enjoyed it. It's nice to read about some players and reflect on some things. Yeah, any questions, guys? Get them in. You know, this is purely literally a little news and opinion thing. And your questions, for example, straight away there, Peter has given me a question. We'll hopefully get discussion going in the chat and my opinions. So Peter says, what do you think of no signings yet, Luke? It's worrying. It's, you know, it's a nerve-wracking, but I think there is an okay team there. You know, Souček and Bowen coming in when they did in January. Obviously, now permanent part of the team now. Sorry if it's a little bit laggy, guys. It's great. It's great for us. It really is. You know, fullbacks is really, really important. It looks like Shane Duffy might be potentially going somewhere else again. I'm not in the know, but these are just things I'm picking up on Twitter. But I really need to see a left back sign for West Ham. Definitely another striker now. You know, Haller stays. Is Antonio going to be David Moyes' main man? As much as, you know, I love Antonio, and you know what his exploits toward the end of this season were fantastic. We really want to. Can Antonio get through 38 games in a season? I don't know. He always looks one run away from a bad hamstring injury, and that's not criticising him. It's just the sort of player he is, you know. See, IG player. he's always going to be prone to that injury. What will happen with Grady, I think, will dictate on whether we can get some signings in as well. I personally would like to see Grady stay, but I can't see it myself. I can see if there's a good offer coming for him, I think he will go. Like I say, I hope he doesn't. If any of you guys watch Gonzo's video, he went into depth a little bit on why he thinks Grady could go, because Moyes, he wasn't a Moyes player before. Moyes didn't have him to get out of the relegation problems, so maybe it's something that he's not too fussed about. Yeah, it is a little bit nerve-wracking at the minute, mate. As says, thoughts on our fixtures. Tough, mate. Very tough. I did that like instant reaction last week, and that was before I'd seen the rest of them. That is tough. That is really, really tough. You can't get much tougher in those first, was it 6-7 games? Newcastle, that's not an easy game. They're not a banker team at all. We haven't got the best of records against them. It's very much a 50-50 game that, sometimes we turn up there and do them and turn up at our ground and do us. It's a tough game, that one as well. That's not an easy start. And I think it's a Newcastle team that's potentially hurt from the takeover thing. Also, players there that maybe thought they might not be there want to be there, like, no, we can do it. We can make Newcastle a good team. You don't need to go out and buy other players to be good. So I'm expecting a tough game, that first game as well. And then, Liverpool, Man City, it's a free shot, really. I'm glad that it's back to that thing of Troy Deeney, first 7 games are so important, which is true. I'd rather they be the beginning of the season than at the end of the season. The end of the season looks a bit better. Listen, it just goes to show how hard Premier League's getting. It's getting harder and harder every year to compete. The team's coming up. It looks like Fulham may snatch Eze off us. So, yeah, it's just getting harder. And you can't... Gold, Sullivan and Brady can't, not us. We know what we need. They can't keep just expecting to stay up on a whim and, on a minuscule budget. It will come and hit you one day if you keep doing that, and we're very lucky the last couple of years to stay up, but one day it will catch us. Listen, I'm hoping we can just get to the point where those guys disappear. We might be all right. It's just a matter of staying up. If we were to go down whilst they're still in charge, it's a whole new conversation. Peter says, Luke, I have a plan to make us both rich. We kidnap Noble. You go in his place for 1 year and split his wages. This time next year we'll be millionaires. Yeah, I called Mark all the time in work. I keep getting called Declan Rice for some reason now. They're saying I've got his nose. I think I've got more marks. I've definitely got marks here. There's hardly any there now. I'm just about holding on to it. Yeah, I can pass backwards. I can pass sideways. Maybe can't do these really good performances, but I can certainly pass forwards and backwards and sideways. Yeah, idea. Rapboy says other clubs are active in the transfer window and are in the same boat as us. Them 3 clans are using COVID as an excuse. Yeah, and we know that from experience that they will do anything to get out of spending money. Now, you can look into it a little bit. Again, other West Ham channels have done for some fantastic videos over the last few weeks. In terms, there's a mass load of money, a season ticket money that they've not received this season. Shirt sales. I know someone's talked about that in a minute, and so I won't go too much into detail. The players we want to get rid of, we can't get the price for. But yes, any excuse that they can use to not spend any money, they will use it. One thing that makes me nervous, I don't know whether you guys read it, is apparently Roman Abramovich, again, a little article in the paper today, said that he's willing to pump in another 150 million, to get Chilwell, Havertz and Rice deals done. So expect a bid maybe in the coming weeks for Declan. I hope not, But the longer it goes on, the more confident I am that he stays. You get the link with Thiago Silva as well, a legend of a centre back. I think if Thiago Silva comes in at Chelsea, I think Declan may stay for another year, maybe two. I think you could get 2 years out of Silva. He's that sort of defender, an absolute legend of the game. Fantastic last night, actually, as well. Ian Smith says extension of season ticket renewal date. Any idea on the current amount? So I don't, mate. I don't know how many sold, unfortunately. What's happened to this 50,000 waiting list? In the unicorn land of Karen Brady. Apparently people with season tickets and stuff, are getting text every single day, emails every single day, and some are even getting calls. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlton Cole turns up at my door with a free season ticket soon. It just shows, that people are a bit apprehensive. Maybe they don't want to go back, and it's going to be funny for a little while. It's going to take a long time before that normality. No, all of us want to go and watch some football. I really want to go on the road this year. It's a ground I've never been to, and I really would like to see West Ham play Leeds. Whether there'll be away fans this year, who knows? But there's a lot of apprehension, around that, and that's probably what it is, and rightly so. Afternoon, Luke. Hope always good, mate. It is, mate. As I explained, my bathroom has been being done the last 2 weeks, so I haven't been able to do a video. And my missus has been off, and I can't stand doing videos when she's in another room going, "You're going to get there. You're finished now. Hurry up now." I want to just be able to sit here for 45 minutes, talk a load of rubbish, and hope that you guys enjoy it. Ian Smith, our finances must be bad when the club are already offering 20%. Yeah, so I did say I'd mention this. So already 20%, not just on shirts, mate. Training ground stuff, gifts, accessories, and things like that. Because I was looking at, as you all know, PE teacher. I sometimes buy the West Ham training kit. It's nice and smart. Well, ain't too bad, 20% discount. I might jump on that. Interesting that they're offering that quick. I've not bought the shirts this year. First time I've not bought the shirts in, God knows, 20 years, 25 years. I've not bought the shirt. More than I don't like it, not I can't afford it. That's not the issue. It's more of I don't particularly like the shirt. I'll wait and see on the third shirt, I think. Prayers. I hope I've just sort of answered your question there, mate. I hope I have. Luke, could we end up selling Grady to buy players as Moyes has never? Yeah, touched on that a little bit. I don't know whether you see that bit, Kent, but wouldn't surprise me. I hope he doesn't. I quite like Grady, and I think Grady, Bowen, Fornals, Allo, Antonio up front would be quite an interesting prospect. I think the fact that he's not played under Moyes, not a player that he will miss. Maybe if 20 million bid was on the table, I would be, if I was a betting man, I would say he would. I think there's still a lot to play out in this Felipe Anderson thing as well. I think Anderson will go as well. I think probably that Lazio thing sounds the most realistic. In terms of we probably owe about 20 million on him, so we'll just cut the slates clean. You can have him for 20 million, and we don't owe you nothing. Don't owe us nothing. Thoughts on a 20% discount? Does this say something? Yeah. They're desperate for cash, mate. They want your cash quick as possible. I think we'll see a cash signing personally late as usual in the window. Without pandemic, we hear there's no cash. I predict one cash signing, 1 or 2 loans. We don't need, listen. We don't need major signings, and if they want to use the money things excuse. The signing of Souček has given us balance. The signing of Bowen has offered us something different that we have. I say fullbacks are essential. We need to sign some fullbacks. I hope we do. If that is the case, 1 cash signing, 2 loans. As long as they are starting 11, they're coming in to challenge the first 11. I think I'll be reasonably happy. I think I could take it. Because we know what they're about. Goldson and Brady. it's not like it's anything new. You know what they're like. It's about Moyes getting what he can. Just hopefully, we have a decent. I'll take a mediocre season. 12th. I'll get to finish 12th, I think. Hello, please correct me if I'm wrong. Low rent and in top 20 rich clubs in the world. Where's transfer money? I don't know, mate. I would love someone. I'd love one of the bigger channels, to really look at this, and look at where the money's going. There was a great tweet I just read actually about how much money we've lost. Something like we spent 70 million on strikers, right back to like Andy Carroll. We've only brought in about 30 million. So out of 70 million spent, about 30 million is gap. That's just how our transfer dealings are. I think there is a lot of smoke and mirrors sometimes with them. Sometimes they want to spend, sometimes they don't. But desperate for that 2023 to hurry up so they can sell the club. So are we as fans. There was a great video that Nicky from West Ham Fan TV posted on Twitter a few weeks ago of David Gold at Birmingham, and he was saying about if you can't take a club forward, it's not good. It's not good for the football team, and we as owners shouldn't do that. They're doing that exact thing at West Ham now, but they need to look at themselves. They're going nowhere. All that thing happens where they don't have to pay a percentage to do on council. I have a quiz question for you. Do you know what area of the pitch used to be used? Do you know what the area of the pitch used to be used at Upton Park before West Ham? Ooh, okay. I don't, but I'll take a stab. I assume it was like a garden? Was it like gardens to this, like, what was the old bowling castle? I don't know. Good question though. I know there used to be a really massive dirt bike track where is it? Where does any of you know where Coleman Road is in sort of Custom House area? There used to be a massive stadium there, and at one point West Ham were trying to take that over. My dad tells me about it all the time. It was a massive, huge stadium. You would not believe that the stadium was there if you walked there. Now it's just all houses and flats. Yeah, do some research on that. Let me know the answer to that. Yeah. No away fans this season, even if some fans are allowed back in the stadium, disadvantage or not. Seemed to play okay without fans, didn't we? We seemed to play a little bit better. If you take it on our form towards the end, other games were a bit poor. Towards the end, we started to see David Moyes playing. I think David Moyes, listen, I'm not his biggest fan, but again, it's back to that comment that all the fans make, and I'm this comment to the ground. If you're backing David Moyes to fail, you're backing West Ham to fail, and that's not what we want. We want David Moyes to succeed, which means West Ham are doing well. And I think David Moyes, towards the end, was finding his 11. I think it just took him a bit longer to find his 11 this time. When he came back, he was still thinking the Lanzini he had last time. Anderson was a £40 million player. He had the balls to drop Haller. I think towards the end, he was starting to find his 11. And I think if Declan Rice stays, is key, we might be okay. Lawrence says, great picture of Alan there. Do you think we'll be flirting with the bottom half of the table again this season since nothing's going? Yeah, I do, mate. I do. I'm being really realistic this year. Instead of being an optimist, going, 10th, 8th, which I have done since we've moved to the Olympic Stadium. I'm going to be very realistic this year, and I'm going to say 14th. I think we will have a tough old season. I think we'll survive a little bit earlier, maybe March sort of time. We might have like 8 games left or whatever. But yeah, 14th, mate. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm glad I'm in this mindset, because I'm expecting worst. So if anything other than 14th, will be a success for me. Would love a top half finish to get that confidence and that that bit of solidarity, that we can compete where we're supposed to be. It's going to be a tough old season, mate. It really is. I'm a season ticket holder. I've had so many emails and SMSs. Yes, just hopefully not top rock. I used to go Ellen Road in the 80s. Naughty place to. The reason I want to go Ellen Road, I used to have a friend who was a massive Leeds fan. Just looks like proper, proper ground, proper, old school football ground. Good fans, like you say, naughty place. Yeah, just a ground I've always wanted to go to. We've got a terrible record there. We've had some great nights there as West Ham fans, but we've got a terrible record. Luke, I renewed weeks ago, and I'm still getting emails and texts. He might get sent a free one. So I don't understand selling Grady at all. If we sell him, then we will need a reliable left winger. This type of player will be weird to be scattered. Yeah, I said that on a podcast a couple of weeks ago. If you were looking at a championship and there was a player that you wanted, Reece, obvious, Ramirez, Zays, Bowen, Cash, Watkins, Grady Diakana's in there. Grady Diakana's in that top 10. If you wanted to go and buy a player, you'll be one. He already has. Young, I think he wants to play for West Ham. How good would it be to Grady, Johnson, Rice, Owen, good young, English, hungry players in the team? And we might be able to transform the sort of side that we are, become more hardworking, more determined, and it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see, mate. I hope it's the case. We have seen a number of pictures of the squad in training. However, Anderson and Lanzini are missing. Any thoughts? The ones they want to sell, mate, maybe they're protecting them so they don't get injured. Who knows? I won't be heartbroken if any of them go. I did used to like Lanzini a lot. If any of them are to go, I wouldn't be too disappointed, mate. I really, really wouldn't. A left back, a right back, a centre back, and a striker are needed for me. I think we will end up with two of them. Yeah, definitely a left back. Yeah, a right back probably as well. Centre back, yeah, because it looks like Balbuena probably will be on his way out. Winston Reid played 90 minutes as well. Has Winston Reid got a future? Will he be back? He's only there till December. He come back in January fit and ready to go. Who knows? Vegetable garden. Good guess, young man. Oh, there we go. Not bad. In the decade, what decade did West Ham move their entrance to the club from Carl Street to Queen Street, and why was this possible? Definitely before 1960, because there's pictures of Bobby Moore and Jeff Hurst training in the car park at that sort of time. So I reckon 1940s, because war broke out or something like that. You tell me. I think, David Moyes will get an extension if we start. The line from the board will be, "We did a good job in a difficult time. That's due to the pandemic, blah, 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 blah." Yeah, could be, mate. It could be. I wouldn't want to be David Moyes at this time, I have to say. I don't think... who was it did the video? Gio from Hammer's Chat. Come up with a really good line. You either back or you sack a manager. We're doing neither. We're keeping him, which, so be it. We're not backing him. He's more or less destined to fail if he doesn't get what he wants in his team. Hopefully, Brady will show him enough in training and pre-season. We know the lad isn't work shy and fits right into the Moyes wheelhouse. Yeah, and a year in that championship strengthens a lot of players back up. They come back, men, basically, without using a cliche. 1950s from the promotion money, the first division in 1958. Peter's an absolute encyclopedia knowledge. We're playing tomorrow as well, I believe, 12 o'clock. Apparently, Ipswich, if you want to pay a tenner, I believe, to watch a pre-season friendly, I believe Ipswich are streaming it from there, so I'm sure you'd be able to find it on some of these dodgy sites. That'll be the first pre-season. Be interesting to see, Grady features, Holland, Cullen, Coventry, etc. Start seeing some of these. Will he play that Oscar Cardozo? so it'd be interesting to see what sort of formation he plays tomorrow in that switch game. I understand why we have split the first team for. Yeah, I know it's a weird one, isn't it? Considering that season literally kicks off in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is it? We need to just be getting as fit as possible. I know they're not had a massive rest anyway, but we need to be ready to go firing in them first few games. I apologise. Yep, Kent Hammer says 2 o'clock game. I thought it was 12 o'clock. Do apologise. Apparently, found out today Ipswich are charging £10 to view the game on front of. Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, £10 watch the game, which is interesting. £10 to watch a friendly. I think I'll swerve that one. £10. I think I'll get yourself an eat out, take out Indian instead, or nice Chinese. I do suggest the Chinese. There's one in Basildon called Aroma. A moment, eat out, take out. Very nice. If we don't do any signings, we will finish top or bottom half of the table. I'm half, mate, if we don't sign no one. So we won't have enough players. Nice video. Cheers, Darren. Will Chelsea sign Rice now that they're close to Chilwell and Barbett's? I think they'll come in. I think they'll come in again. I think they'll come in quite big as well. We could hold on to him for another year. We could. And it might be typical Sullivan and Gold, where it's, 60, 70 million right at the end of the window, and then they say, we haven't had enough time to sign any players. It would be a typical David Gold and David Sullivan move, that. And then that 70 million just goes hiding somewhere. Appears, because of COVID, we had to use the money for this, and this. Who knows? Let's hope he is ours till at least next summer. I think if he goes to the Euros, I've been saying this for nearly 2 years now. If he goes to the Euros, has a good tournament, you've got an £100 million player there, and that's what we've got to be holding out for. If a good owner would look at that. I just hate watching football with no fans. Yeah, I watched the his league final last night. I got bored, and that's meant to be the showpiece of club football. Just got a bit bored, and I'm a massive Mbappe fan. I really like Di Maria as a player as well, Muller's and Lewandowski's. I got a bit bored last night. It's just not the same, that interaction with the fans, the noise. Personally, I think we'll have him here for one more season. Let's hope so. I hope so, Mark. Like I said, I hope so. And then you're looking at £100 million player. Then, if he has the season, or should I say the progression he's having at the moment over another season and the Euros, got £100 million player there. Massive £100 million player. Is it Mark Noble's last season as well, guys? That's an interesting topic. I believe his contract's up in the summer, is it? Next summer? But so be his last season. Be a good time to call it last season as well. 125th anniversary season. It's a good time to call it a day. I'm saying that though, I think he's only about 60 appearances away from moving up into the elite appearances. He'll never beat Billy Bonds and Frankie Lampard Sr. But what year did you first go to Upton Park Luke? I think it was 8, I believe. So that was 19. Just bear with me, guys. 2 seconds. Just bear with me, and I'll answer that question. Just bear with me. Hello, guys. Sorry, I had to get my daughter a drink. So when did I first go to Upton Park? So I think at 93. I think I was 8. I remember the game. It was Norwich. We won 2-0, I believe. Tony Cottee, both goals. My first season ticket, though, I was very spoiled. My first season ticket was the 98-99 season. And then obviously the 99-2000 season with Di Canio. Spoiled. And then I had a season ticket the year after that, which was that was a year Redknapp got sacked. And I started working, so I didn't have a season ticket for a while. And then I started getting those half-season tickets for a while, just sort of as the money got better when I started in proper work again. And yeah, I got a season ticket the last 3 years at Upton Park because I was so determined that I was going to be there for the last ever game. So, last season at Upton Park, spoiled. I'm sure anyone who's been there 40, 50 years will say that's one of the best ever seasons at that stadium. So to say I was there for that season, it was an absolute honour. 80 to 100 million for me. Find me another player who can play two positions like that. Can at his age, by the time he's 25, being a captain. Mate, listen, if West Ham were stubborn and I'm going to call them out, Tottenham, Leicester's, we shouldn't accept any less than 75, 80 million. I don't trust David Gold and David Sullivan to not do that. We know what he's worth to us. We know what Chelsea know what he's worth to them. If they're not prepared to pay that sort of money, I don't know. Completely agree about Moyes. I feel sorry for him. He seems to be getting hung out to dry again. Board could fill all the defensive positions for around 45 million, 65 any other time. Short sightedness. I know, mate. It's not good. It's you know what it is with a West Ham fan at the moment. For me, it's we're all excited. We all like our football, and it gives me something to watch at the weekend. But it's just deflating at the moment. Just who is it who said it? Do any of you guys watch the Friday Night Pint West Ham Fan TV? I think it was Dan Lawless. I think, but it was just like he's not that excited about the season purely because it just seems since we've been in the London Stadium, it's just same old, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. I've got to say, I slightly agree with him. It's a bit like, it's just going to be the same. It's just going to be the same. We love West Ham. I love watching West Ham, and I'm sure some of the guys in the chat have probably been watching West Ham forever. It's just not the same. It's a bit deflating nowadays. How can a board expect to get a manager to build? Yeah, that as well, mate. It's a massive point. All from the channel hates it. How many managers have we had that happen? Slav. So we can go back to Sam. Even Sam Allardyce, right? He's into the last year of the contract. He didn't care. The players didn't care no more. They weren't playing for him because they knew he wasn't going to be there anymore. Towards the end, Allardyce wasn't even doing anything. Slav, 1 year left on his contract. And players stopped playing for you. David Moyes, another one. It's not good. It's just not good. Just not good. And what it does as well, just to move on, just to go back to that. Sorry, I will come back to you, Peter. You can't build a team. You get no fluidity. Again, because we've not got a director of football. Moyes was to get sacked, for example. We're not going to. If you want to keep a team going on a sort of up curve, you would have to get another manager like in the Moyes mode, so that he can work with them players instead of going. Well, we're going to get an attack-minded manager of Pellegrini, and go to Moyes, who's more defence-minded and more practical-minded, should we say? Then we'll probably go, we'll go and get. I'm just going to throw a name out there, Pochettino. And Pochettino's got to work with that team, who are a defensive-minded team. Again, this is just how small our club is, and the structure of it is terrible. It's not a very well-run football team or organisation in general. You can replace Moyes with one manager right now. Who do you choose? Being realistic, no Pep. Might be too early for him. I really like Scott Parker. I really like him, and I think the West Ham fans attached to him as well. I think he got very good philosophy. I hope we do see him as a West Ham manager one day. Leeds guy would be fantastic for us as well. He's another one. Don't take no crap manager as well. They're realistic ones. Eddie Howe. Would you look at Eddie Howe? I don't know, is he another one who's sort of maybe not what he was? No one will succeed. No manager will succeed at that club, properly succeed, till those guys are gone. Till those guys are gone, no manager will succeed. They got very, very, very lucky with Dimitri Payet last season at Upton Park, and the whole, camaraderie around the club and the feeling. Has there been a good season since or before that under these guys? The promotion year, maybe you could say, was a good year. Under those guys, manager. You could bring back Alf Ramsey, Franz Beckenbauer, Zinedine Zidane is definitely one of the greatest managers that's ever lived. They wouldn't succeed. Sir Alex Ferguson could go in there. Prime Sir Alex Ferguson could go in there. He wouldn't succeed. It's just the way the structure of the club is. It's not designed for people to succeed and reach their full potential yet. And that's something that hope, when we do get taken over one day, someone comes in there and just looks at that club top to bottom and says, right, we need this department, we need this department, we need these players, we need this plan. And it's a true 5-year plan, not a 5-year plan, but 1 year it didn't work, so we're going to scrap that plan and start a new plan. You've got to see a plan through to the end before you can have an inquiry as to why it has worked or not worked. And is what our problem is. We've never let a plan go all the way because they panic too much. And maybe that's just modern football, that panicking culture. But yeah, I don't want to ramble too much. 93 Euro pup, 76 for me. Appropriately, really, as I'm 49, Phil 76. 49. Who is that in the picture with you there? I'm trying to work out whether you're with a celebrity in that picture. Can Moyes turn us into a top 10 team? Top 10 team. Hated those Everton fixtures. Always remember these wins far outnumber these losses. Listen, that Everton team was a good team as well, what he put there. And he had a lot more control as well. Just want to sit up a little bit. Yeah, he had a lot more control over the team. Everything was just run by him. Used to do really good. It's Manchester United all the time. I remember them Manchester United games when Moyes was the manager. They always did a good job on them. Always a fantastic team, prime Leighton Baines. Mikhail was a good player. Arteta when he was there. Steven Pienaar. You can't say he wasn't an attacking manager. Those three alone were fantastic players. Obviously, Jolien Lescott they had there, didn't they, at one point? They had a fantastic side under him. Obviously, he brought through Wayne Rooney as well. So yeah, who's to say he won't? I thought it was Chris. I thought it was Cass Pennant. It was Dan, mate. We've been in a negative loop for decades, waiting for the next PR disaster of stripping assets. It wears you down. It does, mate. It does wear you down. I did think it was Cass Pennant, Chris. I did. I thought I was just thinking, it's like, is that Cass Pennant? It really looks like him. Towards the end of lockdown, I was fairly happy with the football we played. It was cohesive, structured, purposeful, and most importantly, effective considering the time he's had. But yeah, it took him a bit longer. It took him a bit longer to find his starting 11, I think. When Bowen and Souček came in, made a huge difference. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if the lockdown wouldn't have happened. I'm just going to remove that. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what would have happened if the lockdown wouldn't have happened. It looked like Bowen was starting to find his shooting boots as well. Don't get me wrong, he was fantastic when the lockdown, but he just didn't have that. He wasn't getting the goals. But good player, and yeah, hopefully hit the ground running, have a good pre-season. Be West Ham's luck though that one of those big boys will get injured, because never is it that the crap players get injured. It's always the good best ones that get injured for us. Let's hope it's not one of those really, really good ones though. Was you a good opposite? I was a terrible player, mate. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm taking a mickey out of by my PE team all the time. I must be the only PE teacher that's a bad footballer in the whole of England. My hero, and it's going to be really bad. My hero when I was a kid was Frank Lampard Jr. He was at West Ham. I used to love players that could smash a ball from 30 yards. That's about the only thing I was really good at. I could absolutely smash a ball in from 30 yards. I had terrible fitness. I couldn't run around, save my life. I wasn't a bad passer of the ball, but yeah, I'm not a good footballer at all, mate. I wish I was, but I didn't get into football till I was late. I didn't start playing football till I was about 12, 13. So I missed, those crucial years. You see it now. I work with, obviously, the kids, and, it's all that stuff of, just having a ball at your feet, little touches, left, right, and even with your hands, for basketball, little touches, left and right. So important of learning that ball control at an early age and teaching yourself, and I missed out on those years. Didn't play too much when I was younger. I'm a big snooker fan and darts fan, to be honest with you. Would you be pleased with moving stadium if we were a top team challenge for Europe? Who wouldn't be? Wouldn't be, mate. We would all be happy. The stadium thing would go out the window, I think. That's okay. There's still problems there. You see it. You see the pictures of, the closer to the goal seating, where there's like this massive gap from the top tier to the bottom tier. The football dictates how the fans feel. We could take the stadium issues if the football was good, if we were being entertained, good players to watch, exciting football to watch, winning a few games, little cup runs. We all want that. We've got nothing. We've got nothing from it. We've not got world-class players. We've not got a world-class stadium. We're not playing attractive football. I certainly haven't seen it. It's and bobs over what? How many games have we played in that stadium? You reckon about 100 games we've played in that stadium now? I could list probably 10 games that would be exciting and attractive, where you think, yeah, this is West Ham, this is good. It all comes down to what's on the pitch, and it can deflect a lot away from what's going off the pitch if on the pitch is good. Getting off topic, sadly, I can see a lot of League 1 and 2 clubs going out. They could, mate. They rely heavily on the season ticket money. They don't have the luxury of the Sky money. They need punters in, they need bums on seats, they need people buying the hot dogs, people buying the programs, people buying the shirts and scarves, and it's going to be hard for those clubs. That's where some of the money should be passed down to them to save these clubs. Football is about community and clubs, and thankfully our club in the Premier League with all the luxury and the money. It'd be very sad time. There are some clubs that, the longer this goes on with no fans as well, we will probably start seeing clubs going out of business, and it'll be a really, really sad day. Unthinkable to not have a club to support, isn't it? If you were a fan of one of these clubs, like Free, for example, unthinkable. We'll take the cup run a bit more serious. I don't know, mate. I don't think it's Moyes' thing, mate, to be honest with you. I think he's he's a bit of a pragmatist, isn't he? Like 40 points, we see what happens. If we're still in the cup, we'll go for it. We ain't going to go for anything at the expense of league position. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I hope we do. We all love a cup run, don't we? Chris says, you a quick search on pre-blue PS4 controllers. I think I heard you say you had a PS4. If so, it's a plain controller. Well, I'm waiting for my PS5 now, mate. You know what I mean? I'm waiting to get my PS5. I'm waiting for the pre-order to come up for PS5. So I'm not buying no more pads. I've smashed enough up playing FIFA. I will be getting a PS5 when it comes out. Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to talk about? I'll go for about another 5 minutes or so. So then that's 45-minute show for you. It's just been nice. I love all the chats been going off. And thanks, everyone. Lawrence, Chris, Peter. No Thomas today, though. No Thomas Longren. He usually comments. Just don't want to miss any names. Ian, thank you, Ian. Thank you, Kent Hammer. Thank you, Darren. Eris, I think it was early on. Lord Bacon as well. Thank you to all of yous as well. Peter Kinnigan. Saying the other day about our terrible owners, the fact that they want to squeeze every last penny out of Upton Park and let a film company blow it up. How disrespectful. Yeah, I did a video. I can't remember. One of you guys did ask me to make it. I did a video. I think it was the 17th of July. If you go back, where I walked down Green Street from Upton Park Station, It's very sad now. Not nice looking back. You know, there's nothing to look at. You know, there's nothing to go, oh, do you remember that day? Do you remember that day? Do you remember that day? It's all in there now. It's not. You can't actually see it. You can't visualize it anymore. Really, really sad what they've done to us. You know, it's something that's happened now, and we have to get over it. We're never going back there, and we can never forgive them for that. It was me who asked you to make the video. Oh, thanks, Peter. I hope you enjoyed it. It was only a quick video, very, very quick, but I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'll wrap it up there, guys. We are going to be back with a podcast soon. Again, Paul's been very, very busy with work. As you know, there's loads of things going on with work at the moment, you know, in terms of people getting made redundant, people don't know whether they're leaving their jobs and stuff. So the podcast has been a little bit up in the air, and I'm desperate to get back and make them. And you know, it's not until the season starts now, so I'll be doing these more and more often. Quickly look at the controller while you're on camera. Look, I think it will change your mind. What's it called again? The blue. Here we go. Let's have a look. I don't want to be rude to my viewers. All right. Very blue PS4. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Let me just so people think, what the heck are you guys talking about there? Let you see that as well, guys. You know, look at that. You get it? Sorry, guys, I haven't shared the screen properly. There you go. Look at that. Claret and blue controller. Funny. If the PS5 wasn't coming out, mate, I would get it. I don't think we'll still be in Olympics in 20 years' time. No, mate, it depends if we get in it. I've got a feeling COVID stuff may play into the hands of Gold and Sullivan in terms of being just given stadium. Are you back to school next week? Yes, I am. 3rd of September. My wife's birthday, because she hates it. I always go back on the 3rd of September. It's always her birthday. It's like, you go back on my birthday. Well, I can't control it. I've had 6 weeks off, love. Not me. So, yeah, it's always a fun argument every year, me going back on the 3rd of September. You PlayStation a lot. Get a ball and go down the park. Oh, it's too cold down the park. I can't bother. That involves walking. Right, unless anything comes in the next couple of seconds, I think I'll leave it there. Been a pleasure, guys. Listen, I love making these shows. If any of your friends, you know, are not subscribed to the channel, please get into it. The subscribe button. We're so close to 3,000 subscribers now. You know, please check out the Newham food banks as well that all the other channels are talking about. It's really important in this time, you know, that as West Ham fans and as a community, we try to help each other. I hope you guys can check that out, and if you can help out, it'd be really appreciated, you know, to help those that need it more than us at the moment. Until then, guys, on your ones, keep believing. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I'll be back next week. Let's go.